genesis, right? It's kind of like people ask me, why are you so excited? And I tell them, were you excited the first time you saw a computer? And many people obviously say yes, right? 95% of them say, man, I was super excited about computers. I didn't understand modems. I didn't understand bits per second. Didn't understand any of that, but it was a feeling like no other, especially because I was a kid when the internet was in its infancy and computers were first coming out. Now, obviously, that was very disruptive technology, ladies and gentlemen. And then a few years later, we saw the mobile device come in and totally disrupt the way we communicated around the world. So what I tell people is the reason why entrepreneurs like us around the world get excited is because when we see something that's so disruptive that it can help hundreds of millions of families around the world, guess what we do? We start sharing the information, right? And for many of you on the screen right now, you're actually seeing our parent company's website. I tell everybody, if you get a chance, guys, go to exergonics.com. That's EXERGONIX.com. On this website, ladies and gentlemen, you can find out more about our parent company, the affiliates, the team, products, solutions around the world. And remember, guys, for the very first time, we're going to see a digital currency that's actually backed by clean, green, renewable energy. So for many of you that are hearing this information for the first time, you are in the pole position, as they say, because this is by invite only. So let me go ahead and get this presentation started. That way everybody can get back to doing what they do on a Monday afternoon or evening for many of you. All right, guys. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Max Garza III. I hail out of North America. I am a professional trader investor. And like I said, I haven't been this excited since I saw the internet at its precipice, right? So for many of you that are like me, when you see something that can change the lives of hundreds of millions of people, you try and learn everything you can about it, right? And then your passion becomes so magnetic that people want to find out more. And as they say, guys, timing is to business as location is to real estate. And everybody on this webinar right now has the absolute best timing over hundreds of millions of people globally. But, you know, our company has one question to ask you, ladies and gentlemen. Are you switched on? And I know that's a silly question, but of course you are. We all are. From our cell phones to our cars, homes, our schools, and even our sources of food, without energy, we are powerless, literally. Our whole existence depends on production, distribution, and consumption of energy. One tradable commodity none of us can live without. And ladies and gentlemen, ask yourself this question. Obviously, are we becoming a less connected society? You know, there's about 7.5 billion people globally, and of those 7.5 billion people, we have about 6 billion mobilely connected devices, meaning we are such a digitally connected society, and our appetite for energy is voracious. So I don't see us becoming less connected anytime soon, especially because technology is getting faster, better, cheaper, and obviously our energy needs are exponentially growing. But also, when people ask you, how much energy do you waste every day, some of us fail to realize that we leave some lights on. You know, we might leave our toaster plugged in, our microwave plugged in. Some of us leave our thermostat a little bit too low because we're polar bears. But, you know, that's done around the world. But did you know, are you aware that 67.8% of the energy produced is wasted due to inefficiencies in the energy infrastructure? In the United States alone, this amounts to over $700 billion in annual losses. Now remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is energy you have paid for. And this is not just America, guys. This is all around the world. But I will tell you, the United States has some very old infrastructure. We're talking about technology from the 40s, 50s, and 60s. So obviously when these plants are cranking out to meet demand during the day, guess what? 67.8 of that is being wasted due to inefficiencies, but we as citizens still have to pay for that. And you as a citizen globally also have to pay for that from your local utility. Now guys, remember, this source of information is not our source. It comes from the Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory. And what I tell people is, obviously in the future, people will be able to become micro-utilities. So basically cut that cord away from the grid, because as you know, guys, the grid is, they're not going to make it cheaper for us to transmit and distribute power in the future. So that's what's exciting for many of us. Now the premise, what if you could store energy for a rainy day? like gold, but also be able to trade and sell excess power you do not need to others or back to the grid like currency. Now the power is in your hands, ladies and gentlemen. With the Power On Network and Xecoin, you can mine, store, and trade this essential commodity and protect your assets against future downturns in the fiat economy. Everyone will always need energy, and with the Power On Network, you are now the source. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, for the very first time in history, you're going to see an actual digital currency, the Xecoin, that's going to be backed by an actual commodity, renewable energy. Now, many of you that don't know about the United States dollar, it is a fiat currency similar to Bitcoin. It's not backed by gold. It's not backed by silver. In fact, President Nixon in the 1970s took the United States dollar off the gold standard, basically meaning I trust you, you trust me, you give me $1, and we have trust in our government, so that's what gives it worth. But now, actually seeing the bubbles that occur within Bitcoin, it's very volatile for many of you that have a background in cryptocurrency. And obviously the reason being, guys, is it's not backed by anything, right? So simple law, the simple law of supply and demand has a factor in it, but at the end of the day, it's not backed by gold, it's not backed by pounds or euros. And so that's why you see all these big bubbles. As an example, in 2011, when cryptocurrency, when Bitcoin was in its infancy, because remember, it's 2009, the Genesis block came out January 3rd, 2009, but it was trading for 50 cents in 2011. Well, it started to kind of skyrocket up to $62, but then it just fizzled back down to $2. That was one of the first bubbles that we saw because so many people were intrigued by it, right? And then all of a sudden in 2013, we saw a bubble where it ran from $100 in valuation all the way up to $1,242 before crashing back down to $575. Now remember, guys, the reason being is obviously this digital currency is not backed by anything around the world, but you got to remember this Bitcoin and blockchain technology are very, very valuable because it's allowing us here with the Power On Network and Xergonics to understand that people are looking to decentralize forms of financial services, right? We're looking for something that no one government controls, no one bank controls, and no one singular person can affect. That's why you are in the right place at the right time. And in phase one, we call this the digitization of energy, the conversion of energy into a transferable cryptocurrency. Basically saying, guys, join us from around the world, from the four corners of the earth. Come and lock arms with us and make this movement go forward, because many people need to understand that at the end of the day, we have about 2.5 million people that have a bank around the world, right? And if we have, think about it, we have 7.5 billion people around the earth, and only 2.5 have a bank account. Well, now with the Xecoin, as long as they have a wallet, a mobile device, right, an online wallet and a mobile device, guess what? They can now start transacting with the Xecoin moving forward. So imagine all the underdeveloped countries that will be able to move forward, right, and with this technology to allow us as a group to benefit people around the world. Now, when we talk about the Xecoin, remember that it's underwritten with energy developed using the best lithium-ion nanotechnology. And many people get too technical when it comes to this slide, guys, but what I want you to remember is at the very bottom, there's some very important factors on this slide. We have wallets for Windows, Mac, Linux, and access to web wallets at www.xecoin.net. That's www.xecoin.net. And one of the main things that I look for in cryptocurrencies, and all of you should too, guys, is do they have a verifiable blockchain, right, a public blockchain? So our transactions are totally verifiable on a public blockchain at www.xecoin.info. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when people approach you about cryptocurrencies, if they're not on a public exchange, something like Bitfinex, Kraken, Ponex, or even c-cex.com, if they can't tell you where you can go and see the buy and sell orders on a daily basis, then they don't have an actual cryptocurrency coin. They have a token. Many people that have an internal exchange, those coins have no intrinsic value. Meaning, if I can't go in there and buy it, right, then it's not going to raise the valuation of the coin. So another thing is you have to be able to download your wallet to hold your coins. Two simple things that you can always ask people to verify that it's an actual cryptocurrency. If not, run. So now what underwrites the Xecoin? Supply and demand, like Bitcoin, or any genuine cryptocurrency. However, we have gone further. Together with Xecoin, we are establishing an independent, audited global energy fund. If you decide to liquidate your Xecoin directly, rather than sell it on the open market, the fund will exchange it for usable energy at an equivalent value to our cost of production at that time. Now imagine, guys, we are going to be creating a market where there's more buyers than sellers. And the simple laws of economics state when you have more buyers than sellers, guess what happens? The valuation goes up because of the demand. So when I tell people that this company has basically done their due diligence, has basically allowed us to be set up in a position that we can share this information globally and allow people to join from the four corners of the earth, that is an understatement, guys. We are working with a high-class, highly intelligent group of individuals around the world. Now, our vision and mission is pretty simple. It's to create a better, cleaner, and cheaper way to provide energy to the entire world. Provide a vehicle to supply cheaper and cleaner electricity based on smart storage. Create an opportunity for anyone, anywhere in the world to profit from this revolution in the distribution of energy. And be part of a mission to make a difference in leaving the world in a carbon-free environment. Now remember, guys, we want to become the solution around the world, leave this world in a better place for our children and our children's children. So now, our technology partner, Xecoin, is one of the leading producers of distributed energy storage system technology and a pioneer in this industry today. Using advanced nanotechnology and proven power management, Xecoin is able to provide efficient energy storage systems that are portable, modular, and can easily be tied to existing infrastructure. Storing energy is now easier, and it's in your hands, ladies and gentlemen. And for those of you that got a little bit late, guys, it's totally okay. If you go to our parent company's website at the bottom, www.xecoinix.com, you'll be able to find out more about our company, our products, and our projects around the world. Now, on this slide, guys, we got to actually see this ESS tower design live and in person, and it looks phenomenal. But at the top, you have battery management systems, basically the brains of the entire tower. You have security software. You also have thermal management, so it doesn't overheat. You basically have stackable battery stages within this dynamic tower. Then you also have advanced batteries. So guys, basically one of these ESS towers can power a restaurant, a hotel, a warehouse. I mean, some of the technology that we got to see in California, when you see it on a website and you see it live, it gives you goosebumps because you see the future of the longevity strategy, right? Another thing that we were pretty excited about was actually seeing this vertigo dock. When you look at this vertigo dock, guys, any vehicle, like you see this vehicle at the bottom, you see this vertigo dock attached. Basically, any vehicle that was mass-produced past the year 2008 has a 6-pin in the back. Now, you can plug in this vertigo dock, and as you're driving around, your car battery, your alternator, your brakes, your exhaust, it's all creating energy, right? And guess what this vertigo dock is doing as you're driving around? You're recharging all of these batteries, guys. Now remember, each one of these batteries is 1 kW of energy, basically 1,000 watts. So if you had 10 of these batteries on the vertigo dock, and let's say you're driving around for an hour, or maybe you're visiting your parents, your friends, you're driving for work, right? If you had 10,000 watts on this vertigo dock, the average home in the United States uses between 2,500 and 3,500 kilowatt hours per month. So if you had 10,000 watts, guys, that's enough to power your home for a month or two. Now, obviously, if you're a polar bear like me and you like it cold, then probably it's a month and a half. But the majority of people, especially around the world, do not use as much energy, like America, because they have such a large space and it's so hot here in Texas. People, what they do is they're starting to get into solar PV systems, hydro, wind, biomass, you name it, guys. And to be able to power your home, with these vertigo docks in the future is going to be pretty powerful, because you'll be able to cut that cord to the utility, right? So now let's talk about this stunningly good-looking man right here, Mr. Don Nasanka. We got to actually talk to him live and in person. He's the chairman, president, and CEO of Xecoin. Guys, he has 25-plus years of global success. Now, he's the former director at Enersys, Inc., which is the world's largest industrial battery company. He was the founder of Kokum America and Dow Kokum, which is the first lithium power or polymer plant in the United States. And guys, we got to actually see a slide where the batteries from Kokum America were put into the very first electric Lotus vehicle. So, I mean, Don has been working with these technologies for years, and he's a pioneer. This gentleman has so much knowledge in his mind. When we got to talk to him in person, it is amazing what not just his mindset allows him to do, but also his vision for the future. Now, he is the founder of Xecoin and has invested in several green companies, and he's a distinguished alumni of the University of Central Missouri and has had an outstanding career as the originator of the Innovation Campus, which was recognized by President Barack Obama. Now, one of the things that I found very intriguing about this gentleman was that he was also honored by the Lumina Foundation, which is the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, for his contribution to education and the idea of the Innovation Campus. Guys, when I tell you that this gentleman has a passion for helping others and for allowing his knowledge to impact hundreds of millions of people, that is a total understatement, because that's his vision. Now here, guys, we have an article from the McKinsey Institute. It's basically the new economics of energy storage. And to basically give you the Cliff Note version of this, they're talking about how energy storage can make money right now. Finding the opportunities requires digging into real-world data, but you got to understand one thing. Because of our voracious appetite for energy, energy storage is a favorite technology of the future for good reason. Now, many people see affordable storage as the missing link between intermittent renewable power, such as solar, wind, and obviously having that 24/7 reliability. Because remember, guys, when you have a solar system, you have power during the day, but at night, if you're connected to the grid, you have to draw power from the grid. So imagine when we talk about energy storage devices from Xecoin, that allows people to become independent, basically micro utilities. Now, what's the risk, ladies and gentlemen? If the sun stops shining, the wind stops blowing, and the water stops flowing, then the world has stopped turning, right? But here at Xecoin and Power On Network, we have a renewable, sustainable, environmentally conscious, all backed by a solid, proven business model that rewards people just like you and me for making this a better world to live in for today and for generations to come, guys. Obviously, when we talk about cutting down our carbon footprint, that is no joke. There are countries around the world that are trying to figure out to come up with a strategy to lower the CO2 emissions, guys. This is something that's very critical, and at the heart of it, that's one of the main functions of the Power On Network and Xecoin. So now, how do we make it all work? Guys, in this slide, you will see a shipping container. Basically, this shipping container has 5 of these ESS towers. If you put 2 of these shipping containers together, guys, you're talking about 1 megawatt to 4 megawatts of power. You could basically power up 800 residential homes with 2 of these storage devices. Now, you can plug in conventional energy plants. You can plug in biomass, hydro, solar, wind. Remember, guys, we're trying to capture the 67% of wasted energy just in the U.S. alone. Imagine around the world, because we are going to provide cheaper, cleaner, and better energy to our clients. And at the end of the day, guys, all of this captured waste is backing up the Xecoin around the world. Now, we say don't call it a dream, call it a plan. For those of you seeing this information for the very first time, guys, thank you very much for spending some time with us this afternoon, this evening. On this slide, you will see our power plans. Basically, every power plan, the price points are in euros. So as an example, we have everything from a power plan 1 to a power plan 8. Now, many people gravitate towards the power plan 5 since it's in the middle. That's 5,099 euros. Now, if you look at the slide, you will have 50,000 Xecoins awarded within that power plan 5. The personal sales and group sales for that PP5 is 5,000 euros. And your binary cap is 30,000 euros per week. Basically, this is what's paid out on your pay leg in the dual team bonus. And then obviously, guys, you have a binary percentage payout of between 6 to 12%. Now, guys, one thing I want to remind everybody, whether you get a Power Plan 1 with 1,000 XE coins or a Power Plan 7 with 650,000 coins, if you purchase your Power Plan before the end of the year, that's right, December 31st, 2016 at midnight, as long as you get your Power Plan before then, the company is going to double your coins within your package. So as an example, if you purchase a PP6 today, and let's say on December 31st, instead of having 220,000 XE coins in your back office, you would have 440,000 XE coins. And for many of you that know the story behind other digital currencies and how they've gone up in value, obviously, like I tell people, guys, timing is everything. But when a company is going to double your coins, we're not going to complain about that, right? So now let's talk about the first way we get paid. Direct sales bonuses, guys. You do not have to invest $1. It is not mandatory that you purchase a Power Plan. Now, obviously, many people see the value in getting the coins early, right, before it starts gaining valuation. But ladies and gentlemen, today you could reserve your position totally for free, and on your first generation, you would qualify for a 5% bonus. Now, that's on our digital currency packages. That's on our physical products in the future. Now, on your second generation, when you hit 6,000 euros in personal sales, you will trigger another 3%. And on your third generation, when you hit 10,000 euros in personal sales, you'll trigger another 2%. And don't forget, on your generations, guys, this is not levels. You can have anywhere from 10 to 20 levels within a generation. Now, one thing that everybody's excited about when it comes to the direct sales bonus is on the infinity bonus, guys. From the fourth generation to infinity, all the way down to infinity. Remember, infinity doesn't stop at level 20, 200, 2,000. It's infinity. You get a 1% infinity bonus, guys. Basically, as soon as you hit 100,000 in personal sales, you would be able to qualify for this infinity bonus. Now, remember, all infinity direct sales bonuses are paid down to the next member in your team at the same level or higher. And you must have a Power Plan 4 package or higher to qualify for the infinity bonus. Now, guys, there's many people in this industry that are excited about the pay plan because they are trying to put as much money into your e-wallet as possible. Picture a fire hose. You know how fire trucks have those fire hoses? And when it opens up, you see water shooting out, right? This company is trying to shoot out money into your e-wallet. That's what they're doing. So now let's talk about the team bonus, guys. Many of you know this as the dual team bonus. Obviously, it's a binary structure. So on your left, you have one personally sponsored paid person, and on your right, you would have one personally sponsored paid person. Now, as soon as you have a minimum requirement met, guys, which is one paid person on your left and one paid person on the right, then you would start qualifying for the team bonus. Now, if you just got started and you have less than 2,000 euros in personal sales, you automatically qualify for 6% on the dual team bonus when you meet the minimum requirement. As soon as you hit more than 2,000 euros in personal sales, that jumps up to 8% on your pay leg. Remember, guys, whether it's 6, 8, 10, or 12, all of this will be paid out on your pay leg. So as an example, as soon as you hit more than 5,000 euros in personal sales, now you jumped up to 10% on your pay leg. And as soon as you've hit more than 25,000 euros in personal sales, now you've locked in at 12% on your pay leg. Now, guys, remember, you have one power leg and you have one pay leg, or many of you call it a working leg, right? As an example, let's say that your power leg, you had 10,000 group sales on your left side. Let's just say this was your power leg. And let's just say that you had 5,000 euros in group sales on your right side. You would earn 6% of the 5,000 euros in group sales of the lesser leg, your pay leg, and you would generate a bonus of 300 euros in this example. Pretty powerful, right, guys? Because many of you have timing over so many people. When you share the information, obviously people will be coming in, purchasing digital currency, packages, products, services, you name it, guys. So now let's talk about the infinity matching bonus. On your first generation, as soon as you hit personal sales of 2,000 euros, you'll qualify for a 5% infinity matching bonus. Now, on your second, third, and fourth generation, you will also qualify for another 5%. And again, guys, the qualification is very simple. All you have to do is hit 2,000 euros in personal sales. Now, one thing that I want you to really focus on this slide, guys, and I want you to write it down because I want you to have goals. If you have goals, I tell people, if you can dream it, you can achieve it. but you got to write it down in order for you to start dreaming about it, right? So on this infinity bonus, guys, from the 5th generation to infinity, you're going to get paid 5%, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, 5% as an infinity matching bonus as soon as you hit personal sales of 250,000 euros. Now remember, guys, that is actually a really low number because the amount of people that can participate is, think about it, there's no territorial restrictions when it comes to energy. There's no territorial restrictions when it comes to digital currency. So you right now are sitting in a very good place. Now, the infinity matching bonus is paid down to the next member in your team at the same qualification or higher. And if you have people that are qualifying for this infinity bonus, that means there's a lot of commas in your check every week. So good job. So now let's talk about some payout rules real quick, ladies and gentlemen. Every single Friday, 60% will go into your current account or your pay account, and you can withdraw that to your bank, your debit card, or even use it in our shop. Now, you'll have another 40%, which will be paid out every single Friday into your reserve account so that you can buy more Xecoins. Now, obviously, guys, we have a lot of marketing partners around the world that want to get their hands on as many Xecoins as possible. And like I tell people, if you so choose that you want to sell your coins in the future, we are going to create more buyers than sellers, and we'll be able to accommodate those needs for you. Now, when we talk about the Xecoin Loyalty Award, you can basically customize your own returns. As an example, on this slide, you see where it says sell your Xecoins. Now, after 60 days, you may freely sell or trade 10% of your stake each month. Many of you will see a valuation that you're comfortable with, so you'll be able to sell it, right, to whoever wants to buy it around the world. Or you can trade it in for clean, green, renewable energy. Now, many of you are going to hold on to your coins because obviously you want to get a valuation that's higher and you're more comfortable with before you sell. So as an example, every month in year 1, your coins are stored in the cold wallet. You will receive a loyalty award of an additional 5 to 12% through control release of the company's stake. Basically, guys, we're talking about a 60% minimum per annum. And for those of you that are more interested in the SMART reward, all coins in the cold wallet between year 1 to year 3 will receive the most aggressive award of an additional 20 to 40% through control release of the company's stake. Basically, guys, we're talking about a 200% estimated minimum capital growth. And for those of you that know the story of other cryptocurrencies, other digital currencies, and how they've gained valuation over the last couple months, last couple of years, many of you are going to hold on to those coins because you know the value will be going up, since this is the very first digital currency that's backed by clean, green, renewable energy, guys. So now let's talk about power rewards, the best of the best. Many of you do a phenomenal job sharing this, guys, so you deserve some rewards. And on this slide, you're going to see a Vertigo dock, right? A Tag Heuer smartwatch, an electronic bike, a Hublot King Power watch, a BMW i8 Spider, which I can see a lot of you driving that. You can pick your color, right? Now, remember, guys, I want you to start dreaming. I want you to get so excited that at night you can't stop thinking about your €1 million villa. And yes, guys, this is a reward for those of you that are going to go out and blaze a trail for the company. When you receive this reward in the future for your hard work, you'll be able to pick where you want your €1 million villa place. I mean, you can do it in Greece, Italy, France, Russia. It is your villa. You choose where you want it. Now, our compensation, guys, is pretty simple. Our qualifications is even more simplistic. I tell people there's only 9 levels, right? So at the end of the day, you know, when you reach, as an example, gold, now you've hit that Vertigo dock as a reward. When you hit emerald, you'll basically get that Tag Heuer smartwatch and electronic bike. When you hit ruby, now you get your Hublot King Power watch. As a sapphire, ladies and gentlemen, you get a €50,000 pension fund. And obviously, many of you that are going to be diamonds and royal diamonds in the future, guys, you'll be driving around in your BMW i8 Spider, and I'll be visiting each and every one of your smart villas, just so you know. So make space for me, okay? So now let's talk about phase 2, the democratization of energy, guys. We're talking about the physical rollout of products. And for many of you that were in California or got a chance to go to our European tour, you got to see the physical products, right? So everything from the Vertigo dock to the kiosks to the apps, guys. 2017 and beyond are going to be super exciting for many of us because we understand what the future holds. And the timeline is actually defined. We've got a track record in the industry, a well thought out plan. And if you look at this timeline, guys, in 2003, they were working with nanocell development and also automotive powertrains. But then in 2008, we started working with defense and aerospace applications. 2010 brought us battery management systems, and 2012 brought us solar power purchase agreements and energy storage system development. Now, 2014, obviously, we're talking about vehicle systems. I want you to really pay attention to 2016 because that's when Xecoin acquired Coda Energy. And moving forward, guys, there are a lot of products that will be rolling out each and every quarter that will allow us to not just underwrite the Xecoin, but allow you to win financially around the world. Now, we're just a few days away from 2017, ladies and gentlemen, so this cube deployment is right around the corner. Now, one of the things I want you to get super excited about is in 2018, moving into 2019, we'll be looking at home systems. And right now around the world, we have companies like Tesla Energy, Orison Energy, that are trying to develop wall batteries, basically home systems like Xecoin, but they do not have the pioneers that we do working for them, guys. So when we talk about people being able to become micro utilities, that is no joke. That is coming sooner than you think, guys. In 2019, going into 2020, we're super excited because now we'll start getting vertical kiosks dropped around the world where people can go and purchase and sell energy back to the grid, right? And then obviously in 2020, power purchase agreements with other renewables like biomass, wind, hydro, etc., guys. So the power is truly in your hands, ladies and gentlemen. When we say you are sitting pretty, you are sitting very pretty. So make sure that you get back with the person that invited you to this webinar today and lock in your position. Because remember, at the end of the day, it doesn't cost you $1 to lock in your position around the world and share this with millions of people globally, right? And I tell people one thing. Obviously, many of you will purchase power plans because you see the value in getting the coins while they're a little bit cheaper, right? Because in the future, being backed by clean, green, renewable energy, physical products, carbon credits, the value of this coin can skyrocket. Now, obviously, we will allow time and the simple law of supply and demand to dictate that, but you have timing over hundreds of millions of people. Now, one of the last things I want to discuss with everybody is do not forget, for any power plant, it doesn't matter if it's a power plan 1 or a power plan 8, the company is going to double your coins, ladies and gentlemen. As long as you purchase it before December 31st, 2016, you will be able to double your coins in your back office. So for many of you that are already purchasing your power plans, we salute you, we congratulate you. Now share it with the world. And once again, guys, my name is Max Garza III. I'm coming in from North America. We thank you very much for...
Max.
Yes, sir.
Max.
I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Max, listen, I got to tell you, I've sat on many webinars throughout the years. Spectacular webinars. So, guys, I know we can't hear you, but give it up for Max Garza III. That was a spectacular webinar. There's a couple of things I just want to cover, Max, and then you can close it up. I give it right back to you, okay? Can you hear me loud and clear?
Loud and clear, brother. Take it away.
Okay, so if you guys would please look in your chat, and Max, you do it as well. Look in the chat window. I've sent out a link for the Power On wallet. It's a direct link. Guys, if you remember earlier, Max said, you know, you have to have a wallet to pull it all together. Well, we have a wallet. In fact, we've got one of the best wallets available today in this industry. Not only this industry, but also cryptocurrency. Not easy to acquire. The company has acquired it. So please look in the chat feature at the bottom portion of your webinar control panel. Max, do you see where I sent that link out to the entire audience? It says direct.
Yes, sir, I can see it.
Yeah, if you could somehow cleanly put that up on your screen, let everybody see that. Some people may not be able to find the chat. But guys, if you can find that chat, go to that link. That's the Power On wallet link that's going to be connected into the members back office within the coming days. So please go there, register account. That's where you can fund your account. That's how you can purchase your account. And you can do so by bank wire. You can do so by credit or debit card, Visa, MasterCard, or you can do it by Bitcoin as well. So please get that link out there, Max. We appreciate you greatly. Also, let's see what we have here. I took some notes. I just want to mention that while we were doing this European tour and coming into Anaheim, if you haven't already heard it, Xecoin's Don Nisanka announced that he has already backed the coin with 10 cents in green, clean, renewable energy. That's right. So regardless of the price in the public market space, Max told you where you can find that coin in the public at csex.com. Don has already backed the coin. The company has already backed the coin with 10 cents worth of renewable energy. Now, you know, a light bulb went off in my head because here's what happens. Let's just say they back that coin with $1 worth of green energy, or $10 worth of green energy, or $1,000 worth of green energy, or $10,000 worth of green energy. The more equipment that we help them to get into the field, more revenues come in, the more they can back that coin with clean, green, renewable energy in kilowatt hours. That's a driving force, regardless of the public market space. Of course, as Max mentioned, supply and demand are going to help to elevate that as well. But by putting this green, renewable energy behind it, it actually drives the value of the coin up. That's never been done before in cryptocurrency. Go search, look anywhere. It's freaking amazing. You know, it just totally blew my mind in Anaheim. You know, I'm walking around and speaking to everyone about this. It's really insane. And, you know, everyone was gathering around the equipment, taking pictures around the equipment. I don't know if they brought that out to the European tour because those batteries are difficult to transport, I guess, and I don't know if they had enough time to do it. But at the Anaheim event, we actually saw the tall batteries Max showed you. You know, what blew me away the most was the Vertigo docks, because we can see putting those into everyone's hands. So again, 10 cents already underwritten behind Xecoin when the coin is released to you. That's amazing. Max, hey, listen, if we got another minute, you went through that pretty quickly. I'd like to see if we can pull somebody out and get a testimonial out here. What do you think, Max?
I think that's a great idea, and I put the Global Unbanked link on the actual on the webinar so everybody can see it around the world.
Okay, guys, you see that? user.globalunbanked.net/en/AUTH/register/R with that series of numbers. Please copy that down, but I've sent it to you. If you can locate the chat panel below your webinar control panel, you can just copy that out, or you can click on that link and it'll take you over to Global Unbanked. That's our wallet. It's amazing. Get in there, register. We even have a tutorial site for that. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick, Max. You hold. I'll tell you what. Let's see if we can pull a testimonial out. So, Max,
okay.
I was in London at the London event, and I see Zach. Zach, you're down there, Zach, man. If you can raise your hand, let me know that you're there. I'm going to try to pull you out. Cool. So, Max, you know, I finally got to meet you. We had a blast at the event. We're talking about our strategy and our future. I want you to know that I met this young man. He's 26 years old, met him in London. He actually set the whole London event up. When the European tour began, we didn't have a stop in London. But Zach put together a meeting, and he did a phenomenal job. You know, when you meet somebody in the networking space and you can tell that these guys are going to reach the stratosphere, they're going to hit 6 figures really quickly and then 7 and get to 7 monthly. This is one of those young men. Again, he set up the whole event. He invited I think we had about 60 people in London. But now, roughly around January 14th, we're going to be going back because he's cranking his team together, and we'll have about 500 people in London. And this is happening in the previous cities that we visited as well. In fact, we're going to be going early January, the end of January, we're going to be going through North America. We'll be going through Chicago, Boston, New York, Atlanta, and Miami. And again, Asia stops will be popping up. So let us do the heavy work, invite your people there, and get this information. See Don Nisanka. It's pretty amazing. It'll help to drive your business into the stratosphere. So with that, I'm going to bring out Zach. I'm going to see if I can unmute him and get him out here and give you a little bit of what Zach likes about this business and what he sees so far. So Zach, I've unmuted you. I hope we can hear you, brother.
Hello, can you hear me?
We loud and clear, Zach.
All right, good. Hello, good evening, everyone. I hope everyone's doing great. I'm Zach from all the way from London. Well, I have a couple of experience in marketing, but I have in my whole life, I have never seen the company like having this kind of product and this kind of management ever before. It's the first time I heard about this company. It was just like mind blowing to me. The first cryptocurrency right now in the market with the backing up of a green renewable energy, and then I look into it, Xecoin and the Don Nesenka. It is absolutely amazing. Well, I could not sleep before, like for a couple of days. I hope it happened. I don't know, it happened with you. It did not, but I think it's a good thing. I just got together all my leaders, and I just did an event in London, got the hotel, got the music, get all the everything together, and my team is just growing, and then they're like more excited than me, and we are like one after another. It's just growing so fast, and I'm not excited where we are now. I'm excited where we're gonna go and how we are building. We already have started training on team building and everything. Well, it's absolutely, I can say it's a life-changing opportunity. Well, people are just joining right now like anything, and I have 100,000,000% belief that we're going to take this opportunity like a storm, like all over the world, and we're going to go and create a massive momentum all over the world. Well, I must say, everyone just come in now before we are too big. That's all I want to say. I hope just stay blessed, stay focused, and let's get together and just make it this much more bigger and better. Thank you very much. I hope everyone have a great time. Rocco, thank you very much. Max, thank you very much for sharing amazing information.
Thank you, Zach. We appreciate you greatly. That's a young man in London, folks. So the next meeting, roughly around January 14th, we'll post those dates.
Yes.
Max, if you can mute Zach out, we can quiet the line down a little bit. Okay, and there's one other thing before I let you go, and I'm really sorry we're going a little bit long here. But Max, I just sent out another link. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. I think I have that link there, Max. So I just sent another link in the chat feature of the webinar control panel. Would you please display that link? Those are the tutorials for the wallet, or at least those are the tutorials that we have so far. So if you could bring that up, Max, we appreciate you greatly. And Zach, great testimonial. Thank you for coming on out. We appreciate you. We know the kind of things that you're doing right now. So thank you again. Max, do you see that stuff in there?
Yes, sir. There it is, brother.
Okay, guys. So if you copy that link, I sent it in the webinar control panel. Again, if you can't find it, just look at Max's screen. And those are tutorials on how to create an account and how to load funds. So, you know, in closing, I have to say that the Power On Network was put together by some pretty amazing people. And, you know, as Nigel mentions, this company has taken away all the excuses. You're at the right place at the right time with the right company and the right cryptocurrency. So, Max, if you just give them a moment to copy that link if they haven't already found it, and then it's all back to you, brother. We appreciate you. Great webinar.
Thank you, brother. And thank you, Zach, for that amazing testimonial. Guys, I've had a chance to talk to Zach live a couple of times. Well, when I say live, through digital media, right? But it's like having a brother from another mother. And the gentleman is infectious because he's so excited about this concept. But the thing is, like I tell Zach, this is something that every time we talk to people, people are saying yes around the world. Because again, there hasn't been this much excitement for many of us since we saw computers for the first time or mobile devices for the first time. I tell people we are in a time of emergence where, you know, back in the day, the pyramids were phenomenal pieces of craftsmanship, right? But then as you start moving towards history, you start seeing things, like I tell people, like credit cards. I was talking to my grandparents one day, and they told me about when they first used a Diners Club credit card in the 50s. And I started thinking, just so everybody knows, I started thinking credit cards are from the 1950s and 60s, and we're still using them. So now, fast forward to our time right now, and we're starting to get into digital currency, very disruptive technology. And the thing is, people from around the world, it doesn't matter how old they are, Microsoft is actually allowing their Xbox network to take Bitcoin for purchases within that organization. Subways, Expedia, everything is changing before your eyes, ladies and gentlemen. And because of the timing you have, you can't say that somebody didn't put this information in front of you right at its genesis. So take advantage today. Make sure you lock in your position. We will see you again Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time and Saturday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So don't forget, guys, every Monday we do this webinar at 1 p.m. Central. So get your people registered. Make sure you go out and share the information. And we thank you very much from the bottoms of our hearts for joining us today and helping us with this movement. Again, my name is Max Garza III. Myself and Rocco, we will be here for anything that you need moving forward, guys. Have a wonderful afternoon, and we will see you Wednesday, Saturday, and next Monday, guys. God bless, Buddha bless, Allah bless, the universe bless, anybody you believe in. God bless you, right? We'll talk soon, guys.